you ready? Hold on. Honorable judges and audience. The title of my speech is Economic Development and Environmental Protection. A coal ministry sought the government's permission to mine 203 coal fields to generate 660 million tons of coal. But the environmental minister in India rejected this plan. 70% of India's power supply comes from coal. But the minister, Ramesh, said he would not jeopardize the 4.3 million acres of dense forest left in India. The growth of economic development pulls people up out of poverty. It becomes a forceful mechanism that creates lots of jobs for the poor and unskilled in India. Along with rising wages, once you begin to have some growth of economic development, the increased public revenues, which are crucial redistribution, become available. Millions of Indian children work as slaves in factories, brothel, or in the homes of family. Slavery in India is caused by poverty. The children's parents sell their children. It's estimated that millions of children live in India as modern-day slaves. The real numbers are undoubtedly significantly higher because many children are not officially registered at birth, and the owners do their best to keep the existence of their child a secret. Poor people are the main cause of environmental destruction because they are not in a position to use natural resources sustainably. The poor are perceived as having a short time horizon or discounting the future benefits from conservation rather heavily due to the urgency to make a livelihood and avoid hunger. Raising pressure on pastures or common property resources. Extension of cultivation on fragile mountain slopes lead to soil erosions and floods. In another example, encroachment into forests for a permanent or settled cultivation can be even more injurious than shifting cultivation. More income means that less people will stay in poverty. More income also means that more can be spent on preserving the environment as well as to enforce the environmental regulations. Liberalization fosters cleaner production processes, as firms that produce goods behind trade barriers face less competition and have fewer incentives to upgrade productivity, and may actually reduce pollution by encouraging the growth of less polluting industries and the adoption and diffusion of cleaner technologies. The Indian government is not made to change environmental policies in order to attract investment. Rather, they have focused on the availability of skilled labor and the decreasing tax. India has distinguished itself within the global market of information and of the service sector. The inspectors are too few to complete the mandatory annual inspections of all industries, and thus have no resources left to generate awareness and organize information activities. Also, protecting the environment hurts the environment. One example is putting out the forest fires. Forest fires actually help the forest and the ecosystem. In the Scottish Highlands, some tree species produce a lot of seeds, but regeneration seldom occurs. The little layer in these woodlands prevent the regeneration by creating conditions for an artificial drought. The new grown trees compete for water and nutrients with the old trees. By creating conditions, a fire will thin out the layer little layer, creating conditions necessary for regeneration. Fire enhances the productivity of ecosystems by releasing chemicals and nutrients locked up in the old herb cage. In other words, it burns the carcass of dead plants or animals to create nutrition and release chemicals for the plant for growth.